Where, so the question is, where do we find purpose and meaning in a chart? Now, in conventional astrology, we can say words like purpose and meaning can be found in Jupiter. And that is correct from one point of view. Now, Jupiter is purpose and meaning. And that is correct from one point of view. Now, Jupiter is purpose and meaning. It is that thing that is bigger than us that calls us out of the inner planets. It's that thing that calls us out of our own self needs or desires. So, from one point of view, Jupiter is where we find meaning and purpose. Now, here I just pulled a random chart. Looks like this is oh, look, this is the new moon chart. Partial solar eclipse chart, March 29th, 25. So, let's say you were born at this time. So, what is the purpose of an individual born with this chart? Yes, we look at Jupiter, but only in that thing that calls us out into the bigger world from our own internal experience. So we'd say Jupiter and Gemini in the third house. One of the purpose and meanings, quest for meaning for this individual is to be curious and childlike, trying to taste everything that they can possibly taste, so they know exactly what a pencil tastes like, and they can report to the rest of us, hey, everybody, see this? Don't eat it. That's part of the mission and purpose of this individual. Another part of purpose is what we could call our sole purpose or or the original intention for us manifesting as a human in the first place. And why would we even have a desire to tell people, oh, hey, here is a pencil, don't eat it? We look at the south node of the moon. Well, isn't it interesting? South node of the moon in Virgo in the seventh house says an original intention of their souls manifesting in the 3D is to be helpful, Virgo, for other people, to help show other people what works and what doesn't. And we know we're on the right path if the Jupiter and the South Node intentions kind of sound similar. And in fact, in these other things I'm going to mention, uh, we want them to sound like that too. So let's look around. Where else? So Jupiter, that thing that calls us out of our own interpersonal dramas out into the big world of mission, purpose. What do I want to bring to the world? How do I want to contribute to the world? Why? Because South Node, my original soul intention here, in this case, Virgo, seventh house, to help others heal. Okay. Well, now let's look at, okay, well, what do I do about that soul intention here right now in the 3D in this life? How do I integrate a little bit of that Jupiter and that south node? Well, what do I do with that? How do I do that? What's a methodology for doing that? What's the very basic root? Where do I want that root, that tap root? Like I see a tap root going down into a piece of compost, and that piece of compost has those trace minerals that's like really specific to the health of that plant. Where we want that tap root to go, that's actually the intention found at our midheaven and the planetary ruler of that midheaven. And oh, would you look? There's some pay dirt, as they say. We've got Sagittarius at the midheaven. Sounds kind of like Jupiter, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So Sagittarius, midheaven, part of this soul who has yet to be born, their original intention or their intention for actualizing all of this other stuff I said in the 3D is Sagittarius, is the quest, is the journey of gathering life experience and synthesizing it into wisdom, to which we also look at the planetary ruler of the, which is Jupiter, and I already talked about that. So all three of these different perceptions of where do we find meaning and purpose in the chart are different. Virgo and Jupiter and Gemini and Sagittarius, they're all different, but they all say the same thing. This person who is born at the time of the new moon coming up here, if they were born in Westby at 5:57 and 26 seconds a.m., is to gather enough life experience so that they can have a healthy perspective, and through that perspective, share information with other people that encourages their healing. Do you get that? Awesome. There it is. How to find meaning and purpose through the lens of Ryan's seasonal archetypology.